Thank you very much, colleagues. Thank you very much, colleagues. And I know most of you might have questions with regards to politics 101 that just occurs there. We would just want to start with the aspect of absolute power, the principle of absolute power, and the problem that arises from absolute power. You can never be in a situation where you give absolute power in a situation where you're supposed to work as a collective. So we've been engaging different people and all those things to attempt to also just ensure that there is no absolute power given to the person. We wanted to have a formula that worked. When we had the vote of no confidence, what were we doing in the vote of no confidence? We were saying no to an MC that had 4 councillors from the same party. He has that experience, he will speak to him. He was alone against 4. We brought a vote of no confidence to deal with that problem of absolute power. For the first time, we now had a management committee that did not have absolute control. So in the process of engaging, some sat and telling us that no, they are going to take whatever it is that SWAPO gives them because they have cars to pay. So we are saying no, it's a very dangerous thing to do. When you start engaging in a situation where, in fact, what has actually happened over the past, we allow the media and ordinary people, property developers to shape conversation about the city. Most of us will be quiet about those things and it's not going to happen anymore. We are not going to allow speculation, we are going to be speaking to you directly. The councillors that you are seeing here, they will be having programs of their own. There will be a management committee of their own. So if Edward is having problems, the 5 of us will go to Edward's house and listen and bring it here. Because we are not part of giving absolute power to one person. We cannot be part of giving absolute power to the same party. You are creating a problem. Because the essence of working together is because the electorate have said, we want you to work together. So, of course, it's going to be quite eventful. So we just wanted to give you that context. One is to say that our decision, one of the things that we're doing there, people were wondering is that because they are just used to nomination and all those things, you can see already speeches were written, officials only had the 1 ballot. When the nominations come, because they were also clued up in terms of what is going to happen. So we decided, no, it's not going to happen. We're not going to be party to that. And it's a collective decision that we've taken because we're no longer going to be in this shadow. So the city of Windhoek, of course, we know that we have taken over in terms of public discourse. People don't talk about parliament. All these journalists here, the members of parliament are in SWAPO, but they are just city of Windhoek, city of Windhoek, city of Windhoek, which is a good thing. Now you're going to see more of city of Windhoek. They're going to be 2 parallel programs because we thought we could dismantle a system that Sade governors experiences, Joba Mubanda experiences, and of course our brother Wabingene will experience it even more because you have Nudo and SWAPO, and he just on a silver platter like this and say he's going to be chairing SWAPO meetings and all those things. So what's going to be happening? We are no longer going to be in the shadow of the system. It's been very problematic, but all of us were trying to at least see if we can work inside the system so that you couldn't collapse the system as Ivan Scriver when Sade governors is mayor. You couldn't do it as Kester when Job is mayor, vice versa. She's chairperson of management committee. So we are glad to be here. We would not be spoken to on behalf by the public relations office. We will be writing our own letters, writing our own statement, because clearly this thing is not going to continue like that. So we studied the law, we understand the law, you could clearly see what was happening there. When people wanted to debate, at least the magistrate, when we reasoned with her, providing superior logic, the magistrate on 3 occasions agreed with us. First, he didn't want to indulge, and we just thought, okay, fine, if you don't want to adjourn, we are going to go to the toilet. Are you also going to stop that? But she understood what was happening, and we thought, let's allow that process to continue. We tried all our best to operate within the system. So we will be speaking for ourselves. We will be addressing you as members of the media before a council meeting and after a council meeting. So because we're not party to this funny arrangement, you can't. It's an arrangement that you can't. So I'm going to stop here. All these leaders are going to speak to you, and as they speak to you, you will have questions. Then we will entertain the questions thereafter. Yeah.
Thank you very much. You see, one of the things that I'm seeing in Namibia is our journalists are not investigative journalists. They write anything that they get on WhatsApp groups, and anybody in a bar can be sitting there and just say anything, and it's headline. The amount of work that has gone into in the past days until today, the late night consultative meetings, how we have engaged with some of these people, how we have given them proposals, because we can't be giving somebody absolute power. Remember, I was in an MC where I was the only one from a different party and 4 people were there. You don't know how many times I had to walk out of MC meetings because my views were not taken into consideration. They were just pushed off the table. We were trying to prevent that situation from happening again. So the councillors that you see here will be having town hall meetings. We will be having currently the setup is the elections are taking place today. Tomorrow you will have officials coming to you, telling you for the rest of the year, this is your program, this day you must be here and here and you must do this and you must read this speech. It will not be business as usual. From tomorrow onwards, we will be drawing up our own candidates. From amongst ourselves, we will have a spokesperson. From amongst ourselves, we will have a researcher, somebody that will be researching on things on our behalf. And we will have a program of our own. There's things that you must be controlled by the system, and you do according to the system. We came in here to change the system. So if you don't change the system will change you. It starts with how your calendar is arranged for you. You can't. Last year, there was a donor that wanted to give blankets, and I'm just giving you the scenario. I could not accept or I could not write a letter to them. I must do it through the office of the CEO. Those things must stop. So the councillors that you see here will have their own program. You might have seen, and some were saying it's causing chaos, but I want our people to read the unwritten and to untease things that they see and to understand politics. We can't be in a situation, you can't give somebody what the public did not give. If the public wanted to give one party majority, it would have been reflected on the voting ballot. But here we are here and we have 5, they have 5, the others have 5. So now we must give ultimate majority. You know, when items comes to MC problematic, out of experience we are just saying we can't be part of that. You see, one of the things is people were nominating us, but they were not nominating some others. So you could see, we are just, it's not to create chaos or anything, but you will see a clear program from this country.
You could also see, just to add, you could also see people sit in the caucus and they see that they are supposed to fill up those positions. But then later, when they see what has happened, they develop cold feet. They are all quiet now. What do we do? Then you start nominating and the things don't work like that.
Okay. One of the things that we have always said is that where are the voters of LPM? Where are the voters of AR? Where are the voters of PDM? Where are the voices of the people within council? Now you have a majority of SWAPO members in council, in the management committee.
100%.
100% that are going to make decisions for SWAPO, with SWAPO, and continue to do as they please. We went into, no, please, thank you, Jemima. Is there anything personal?
No, there's nothing personal.
Let me finish. I didn't decline.
No, I mean the people that are nominated.
Yes, we are talking about majority that can make a decision, and that decision can walk. So what we are saying and what we have always said is that everyone must be represented within council. We've got 15 councillors. You've got people that have voted for us. LPM people have voted for us. AR people have voted. We want fair representation of everyone's problems to be heard. How many people of LPM are going to feel comfortable to go to SWAPO and complain and be heard and their complaints be dealt with? The situations that we have been facing as a council is because there have been majority and people are making decisions based on what they think is right and not without any consultations from everyone. We have said that we want equal representation in management committee and within council so that we can bring everyone And that you will not see because one political party now holds the power at management committee. So everything will be about SWAPO and not about the different political parties that have been voted, elected by the people of Windhoek. Thank you. Yes. Yes.
Okay, order, please.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. I am that one councillor who tried yesterday, even to the last minute, so that we can come together and can talk and we can come to agreement. But it didn't work out, as you all can see. But my biggest question is, if someone wants absolute power, it raises question marks. Why do they want absolute power? But in this council, as councillors, we are voted in democratically by the electorate, and we are standing for them. We will investigate about those question marks. We want to know what happened, what is going on, what is it that they want to do. So we are here for the electorate, we will fight for them, we will talk for them, and we are here for the Windhoek residents, and we will do that together. The 5 of us, we are here for that. I thank you.
Very quickly to the residents, Councillor Kester, what I want to assure the residents today is that we took a stand against being sellout. We took a stand against we will not be remote controlled from power. Once you need change, you need to be the change agent, and I want to assure even our voters out there that we're not going to resort to some of politics and positions and part of the ruling party. That is not our stance, and we are committed. From our side, and we will definitely serve the residents. First and foremost, all of us are councillors, and that's why we took a stand. We will not going to be silent. It's a brave step that we took. Last year, there was no confidence, there was health, there was checks and balances, there was shared responsibility, no party dominance. That's why things could move. The leadership back, especially with the CEO issue, things moved because there was no one party dominance. So there has to be checks and balances in order to have a healthy system that works. And at the moment, it's not the case, and we're not going to give into it. That's the stance. So thank you so much.
So we just wanted to brief you. We take it now that you have all understood the context in which we are operating in. Because sometimes you try. Sometimes you don't just rock up and you destroy the system. You're hoping you can convert the system in order to work for the purposes of public good. We have seen that clearly is not going to work. We are exactly where there was no election in 2020.
Yes.
So we just don't. For instance, if the mayor is going to be cutting some ribbon at some building of a business person, we'll be having some program in Komasda, maybe explaining prepaid water meter. So in the past, what we used to do is that everybody is mobilized around that program of the mayor to cut the ribbon. It will be accompanying the mayor usually to cut the ribbon. We are saying, we are now going to be prioritizing cutting the ribbon for prepaid water meter explanation. We will be operating within the system in terms of the program. We will be attending council meetings, but we are just preparing you for when you are, for instance, invited to a press briefing by 5 councillors to tell you about what they are going to be saying in council, or to tell you their achievement. For instance, we will be calling a press conference to tell you about a deal of 200 million that somebody wants to push, for instance. And then we'll be giving you the document and things like that.
Yes.
So no, that is the context. We will operate within the collective, but anyone wants to